Today, we're going to talk about how to take control of your online reputation and drive more sales for your roofing business. So, in doing that, we are going to cover a lot of ground today. And firstly, we're going to talk about why you can have all of the best tools in the world for generating these online reviews, but still fall flat on consistently driving them. How to tap into the power of multi-channel communication, email, SMS, not physical interactions, but face-to-face interactions to increase your review count. Online reviews, we have to understand, are not just the responsibility of one person. They are a team sport. And to succeed, you will need your entire team to drive a lot of great reviews to your company. And we want to talk about why you must acknowledge and respond to all reviews, good, bad, and indifferent. So as we're going along today, if you can please turn off your cell phones, your Facebook. If you want better results in your business, lock in with us here for an hour, and hopefully we can provide you with some information that will make a significant impact, on your business, generating you more revenue. So who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name is Jim Aline. I'm the co-founder of Roofer Marketers. I've written a couple of books, Internet Marketing for Roofing Contractor and the Best Known Roofers. Members of the NRCA, speak around at most of the major roofing events. I am the marketing coach in Adam Bensman's Pitch Pro movement. We are a the preferred digital marketing company for ICO Roof Pro partners. We are lots of stuff, not a big deal today, right? But this is what we do. We work with roofing businesses on an ongoing basis to improve their digital marketing presence, their online presence, and to drive more generated quality reviews, right? So let's talk about first why. Why is it important to take control of your online reputation, right? It's a challenging thing. Your online reputation is a challenging thing. I will tell you personally that this will have the biggest impact not only on your company's on the amount of leads that you'll generate online, but also on the conversion rates of your salespeople, right? There are so many reasons that online reviews are extremely important. So, online reviews and your reputation online can make or break your company, right? It's very, simple to understand that we all go to Google to search these. Like, when you're at the kitchen table, if you leave that house before you show up for your appointment, for your inspection, people are Googling your company. They're looking up your reputation. They're going to look at you on Google, on Facebook, maybe on Yelp, maybe not on Yelp, depending on the part of the country you're in. But on an ongoing basis, and through all of the stages and phases that a customer goes through with the journey of your company, people are looking at your reviews and reputation. So an online reputation doesn't just reflect it. You need to reflect the top quality service that you provide, right? If your online reputation does not reflect the top quality service that you provide, that's a problem, right? That's a problem from everything that you're doing. Don't think that when your yard sign is in a neighbor's yard that people still don't look you up online, right? There's so many times that people are looking for you, as I'm saying. So your online reputation is extremely, extremely important. One of the challenges that we hear from contractors is, hey, we've invested in all the best tools. We've gotten Podium, or we've gotten Bird Eye, and we've paid for all these things, Grade.us, or we hired Guild Quality to survey all of our clients, and we're investing all this into this, but we're not getting enough results. So, it's a big challenge, right? Getting reviews from people is a big challenge. And so a lot of times we hope that there's some magic pill in technology that will help. All of these tools provide an opportunity to assist you in generating reviews, but no tool in itself will become the answer to all of your problems. So how many, put a 1 in chat here. I love to be interactive. Put a 1 in the chat if you've invested in some kind of reputation management tools for your business. Yeah, invested. Dom, Casey, Edward, it's a good thing to have, right? It's a great tool to have in the toolbox. Of that, put a 2 in the chat if it solved all of your review problems. Real quiet. 1.5, Edward said. So at least it helped, right? At least it helped. That's a great way. Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So, failure in this is failure in not getting enough reviews. If you don't get enough reviews or you don't get good reviews, understand that the person who is not as happy with your services is much more likely to leave you that review, right? We have a client in the Pittsburgh market, and they have one client from many years ago who was very unsatisfied with their service. And every time if they open a new location, if they're on, TikTok or something, like she'll find them everywhere they go and will leave a negative review every time she can find their company years later, right? Like there are people out there that are really intent on making sure that, they leave negative reviews. You don't get that same energy with most people on leaving positive reviews. But I want to talk to you that, failing in having an online reputation, a highly reputable company, highly reputable image of your company online, it drags down all of your marketing, right? It drags down your sales team. It drags down the conversion rates of everything that you do, right? So, but there is an opportunity in that, right? The opportunity is to become the provider of choice in your service area by standing out from the competition and doing that in ways that maximize those conversion rates, right? Maximize those marketing dollars, maximize your return on investment on all of the marketing spend that you're doing, all of the direct selling efforts that you're putting in, all of that. So what we want to do, we do want to leverage the tools that you have to the fullest to drive these online reviews, right? If you have, if you're a client of ours and you have Contractor Boost, or if you've subscribed to Podium, drop the name. For those of you that are using a reputation management system, drop the name of the system that you're using to see if in the chat. Using these will assist, right? It will make it easier to ask. It will drive consistency in the ask, right? You can set these tools up to, you could set these tools up a lot of times that when you close out a job in your CRM, it in AccuLinks or Job Nimbus or whatever it is, that it automatically start sending, emails and text messages and things like that to customers. Man, it's a powerful thing to make sure that the ask is being done, right? Because that's the first thing. If you don't ask for reviews, you definitely are not going to receive reviews, right? And so when you're asking for reviews, these tools make it much, much, much easier to do. And it also, you need to have your reputation speak for itself online. People buy from who they know, like, and trust, right? So we are trained these days to go to Google and look at reviews, whether or just not, I guess, not even on Google, right? Even if, on Amazon and on all of these other places that we're on all the time. I remember last year about this time, we're getting ready for roofing, roofing trade show season is coming around, and I needed a luggage cart for our travels to all these conferences. And so I go on Amazon, I type in, luggage cart or whatever, and I looked at, I opened 3 tabs. I found 3 that were in my price range and had all 3 of them had a 4.7, 4.8 star rating. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I opened them up. Then I went to each listing and I looked at the amount of reviews. One had, 60-ish reviews. Another had 180 reviews. And the third had 1,800 reviews. I just pressed buy now on that third option with the couple thousand reviews or 1,800 reviews and a 5-star review or a 4.7, 4.8 star rating. It was easy for me. And that is why we have to make it easy. We have to have your reputation speak for yourself online. And so, how many people think reviews matter? Drop a 1 in the chat for me if you think reviews matter, or drop a 2 in the chat if you think, reviews don't matter, Jim. I don't even know why I showed up today. I don't even know why I'm listening to you. It doesn't even make sense. Reviews don't matter in my business at all, right? Of course, reviews matter, right? Edward, 1.25%. Yeah, 125%. Reviews matter, right? And so some of the statistics that have been done, some of the studies that have been done on this have been around, the amount of trust that are put into reviews. And 84% of people trust an online review as much as they do a personal recommendation from a friend or family member. That's crazy, right? If we think about it, that's crazy. People trust an online review as much as a recommendation from a friend or family member. How many of you have competitors in your market that you are pretty sure to extremely sure that they have a bunch of fake reviews? Put fake in the comments if you think that some of those are some of that's happening around you, right? Well, lots of people putting fake in the comments, right? Isn't it amazing that even though there's so much of this going on, 84% of people still trust an online review as much as they do a personal recommendation, right? It is amazing, but it's true. So in that truth, we have to be proactive. Another thing that they found in these studies, the second point here, is that 77% of consumers think that reviews more than 3 months old are not relevant. So it's not just having a lot of reviews. I'm sure you've seen that competitor, maybe in your market or another market, where they went from 0 to 150 reviews in a month and a half, but then they stopped buying reviews, right? And now they're on their own trying to get them, and they're not getting any, probably because they're not the best contractor in the area. Maybe I'm making assumptions here. I don't know, but now even if you go out and get a bunch, you have to continue on an ongoing basis, right? There has to be a continuation of that to make sure that we get to a point where we're really developing or really showing those customers, hey, we are actively creating a great customer experience on an ongoing basis. Every week, there's new reviews for our company. Every month, there's new reviews for our company. And that creates that trust, that builds that trust to another level. So make sure you're doing that. So of course, Google reviews are mission critical, right? Mission critical to your success as a roofing contractor. Other things that make them mission critical is there's a part of the Google's algorithm for search engine optimization called EAT. And the T in EAT is trustworthiness. And that trustworthiness impacts your Google rankings, right? So having consistent, high quality reviews, high star reviews coming through your business, Google will reward you for that. Now, it is just a factor. It's not, if you just get a Google My Business listing and just get good reviews, you're probably not going to rank just for that. There's a lot of other things that go into it, but you want to make sure that you're participating in as many of those as possible, doing the things that Google likes, right? 88% of customers look at online reviews. Remember, I said earlier, that people, people actually, between the time they call your company, either before, let's talk about the customer journey a little bit, right? How they find your company. Maybe they find your company online, and that's the first thing they're doing is looking at reviews. Then they call you. Maybe they responded to a Facebook ad, and then they go, wow, do I really want this person out at my house? They book an appointment with you, and they're like, oh, man, are we sure that time between they book the appointment and the time that you're, out at their home doing that inspection, they have time there to go out and research you a little bit more, right? 70% of research is people, 70% of people have their buying decision made before they even make that phone call. And that's because they're out there doing this research. But even if you get to the kitchen table, right, and maybe you get to the kitchen table, you do your estimate, you give them your proposal, and they're like, yeah, we got to think about it. Hey, we want to get, a couple more bids, make sure that we want, we do our due diligence in choosing a contractor, and we go out there and they go out and get a couple more bids, right? They go out and get a couple of more bids. And now they're sitting there, they're making their decision. And one of the things that they're probably going to do, man, well, what about this one? Well, this company's a little bit more expensive, but we were online, man, they have, 350, great reviews, and people are just raving about their company. So it adds to the value of your company. So in talking about this, guys, like, why is controlling and managing your online reputation and reviews critical to you? If you want to drop that in the chat, why it's important to you. So we have a potential new client. So we have someone that's on here today with us that is looking at purchasing a company with 40 reviews and a 3.9 star average. They'll have access to a database of previous clients. What is the value in purchasing these reviews with the acquisition? Well, it will come with the acquisition, right? Your Google Business the Google Business Profile will come with the acquisition of that company. But so will that star rating, right? That 3.9 star rating will come with that company. So there has been studies done, more studies done on this, of course, and some of those studies have been around the optimal star rating, right? And really, the optimal star rating is between a 4.3 and a 4.8. If you think about it, I mean, it makes sense, right? If you go on online and you see a roofing company that has 500 5-star reviews, it's like, boy, really? 500? Really? No one left you a bad review ever? So So what you'll want to do if you purchase that company is get that star rating up to a 4.3 as much as possible, right? Or as quickly as possible. So if you have a 40, if the company has 40 reviews, it's going to be math, right? How many 5-star reviews do you need to add to that to up that average to 4.3, then getting it to 4.5, and go with the goal of getting it up to 4.8 over time? That would be extremely impactful. So having a perfect 5-star rating isn't the end of everything, right? But you definitely want to stick and really work on staying above a 4.3. Another thing that you want to think about there is the competition in your market, right? If there is competition in your market, if the competitors in your market are all in the 4.8 to 5-star rating and you're at a 4.4, 4.3, that's going to have an impact, right? Because it's the difference between you and the next company, another company that they are that they're considering. So having that will be extremely impactful also. So it's a math problem, right? You may have that past database. You may have that past database to then go out and really hit and try and generate some 5-star reviews out of that. Thanks, Edward, for jumping on. All right, or Eddie. Thanks, Eddie. So it's extremely important, right? So now let's go into 5 key principles to generating and getting more and better reviews. So the first, of course, is to provide a world-class experience, right? A world-class customer experience. There's a great book I'm reading, and I this is the second time I've read it, and it's called How to Never Lose a Customer Again. I can find the author, but Never Lose a Customer Again. It is by Joey Coleman. And one of the things Joey Coleman talks about in this book is really is the difference between customer service and customer experience. So creating a world-class customer experience, mapping your customer journey from the time that they become aware of you through their decision-making process to purchase your services, all the way through the long-term communication that you have with them, right? So in all of this, you're planning this and creating a customer experience through this process. One example of this, I was doing I did a podcast episode with a gentleman about this. We were talking about this yesterday, actually, is that when customers have to call you to find out what's happening, right? If customers have to call you to find out what's happening, what are they going to do, right? What are they thinking? Is that a world-class customer experience? It's not, right? So creating a world-class customer experience, creating, having appointment reminders going out to them, having your sales reps sending them text messages. Hey, can't wait to stop by and do that inspection for you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to serving you. Right. And then, an hour before, hey, I'm on my way. I'll be there in an hour. Right. Just providing that. Then after a signed contract, when they get into into your production processes, who's communicating with them on the timeline of when their roof is going to be installed, when materials arrive, when, all of the things along that path. And then now beyond that, how are you having that communication process with them after they are already a customer and you've completed the job, right? Are you continually interacting with them on an ongoing basis. So creating a world-class customer experience is, that's the foundation of getting, 5-star reviews and having a great reputation online. That's how you attract those reviews. So the second thing is to build a reputation, kind of a culture in your company around creating these reviews. So around getting reviews, that everyone has to have buy-in. Everyone has to have buy-in in the process to make sure that the company is getting more reviews. If your team doesn't, believe in getting reviews, or if your sales reps or if your job site supervisors are just like, yeah, if the company gets a review, great. It doesn't help me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect my job. Like, I'll still go sell more roofs, or I'll still have a job. I'll still be managing these jobs. It doesn't matter to me. If you have that type of culture in your company, it's going to hurt your online reputation. Another thing, the third thing is, what you measure, inspect, and celebrate is what you create more of. Right? So what you celebrate, you create more of. What you measure, you create more of. So making sure, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are looking at your online reviews and how many new reviews you've gotten every month. If you actively focus on how many new reviews you get every month and you measure that, put a 1 in the chat. Casey, that's awesome, right? Casey, RBS, Piper, like, in focusing on that, has that helped get more reviews for your company? In that focus for Casey, for RBS, Piper, has that helped you, yes or no, get more reviews by focusing on that? The fourth thing is to leverage these tools, right? So now you're leveraging the technology that's out there, right, to create that best-in-class service, that communication, ensuring that you're communicating with your customers on all channels. You can not only send them emails, you can send them SMS, you can, talk to them face to face. You can, there are apps that you can give them to install on their phone. Get the referral and things like that, where they've, it's built in. They get an app on their phone that's part of your experience with, or their experience with you. And so in having that, it's really, really important. So leveraging these tools is really important. The tool itself will not get the reviews, but leveraging the tools will. So the fifth thing is to acknowledge and respond to every review, especially the negative ones, right? Especially the negative reviews. Responding to every review is really, very important, because then people get to see how you communicate, right? In this, they get to see how you're communicating with your customers. And, when I'm saying it's even more important on the negative reviews, it is extremely important on the negative reviews. And that is, of course, because then they're really seeing how you respond to negative situations, right? Are you, hot-headed, right? Because there's a lot of times that you could get hot-headed online when you get this negative review, right? It's like, oh my goodness, there's, it could get really, nasty online. We'll just put it that way, right? It could get really, really nasty online. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that happens, but it happens. And it's hard sometimes to hold back, right? It's hard because a lot of times it's not your fault. a lot of times they just didn't have the right expectations or something like that, right? So let's take a look. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. Let's take a look at what we provide our customers is we use a software called Contractor Boost. We provide that as a lead management system to all of our clients. And so in that we have a reputation management system built in, right? And we call it Smart Reviews. And so, somebody in your team, right, you can take this and send this page to your customer. You can send it through email, you can send it through text message. And what most of these reputation management tools do and how they perform is really around this basic concept of, hey, how many stars would you give us? Right. And within that, how many stars would you give us? If you give us 3 stars, you fill out this form and we receive that negative feedback without it getting to our social media profile. If on the other side of it, if they do 4 or 5 stars, it takes them right to the company's Google business profile to leave that review. And that's really important. But where some of the magic happens is in the automations that go along with this. So for example, an example would be that, let's see which one it is here, like to send them, text messages and emails and things like that. This is a 180-day review request. It continues to ask them, for those referrals on an ongoing basis. Let me get back to the slides, but those are those tools, right? And so the tools are great, but the tools are not the only thing that you need. So give me 1 second.
Looks like we may. Oh, there we go.
I'm still here. Sorry.
Okay, good.
Just switching something out real quick. All right. All right. Can you see the slides again? All right, great. So now it's, which of the things could you choose to work on out of those 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, drop in the chat. We need to work on responding to reviews better, right? We need to get better in using our automations. We need to, to ask for those reviews. We need to create a better customer experience. So just drop that in chat. But what you want to do, right? You got to get to capturing positive reviews for your from your customers. It makes an extremely a big impact. Yeah, Dom says all that you mentioned. So customer experience and automation, those are definitely things to work on. I have a webinar coming up. I think it'll be in November. It's about customer journey mapping and creating that customer experience, Casey. So if you get a chance to pop on that one, man, that'll be a good one for that. So now let's talk about, right, we have to leverage tools, right, to request the review. So strategies, right? So leverage tools to request a review after every build. Leave a printed review card. You could send direct mail. We work in conjunction with a company called Dope Marketing that sends automated direct mail. So when your job gets completed, you could send out a thank you card that has a QR code on it that they scan, and it takes them right to leave your review, right? There's so many ways to leverage these tools and technologies that are out there. So leaving a printed card, train your salespeople to plant the seed and deliver a world-class experience. That's, really, like we talked about, that's probably one of the biggest things. Training your salespeople. One of my early early podcast episodes was with a gentleman named Adam Butorf of Renowned Roofing down in there in the DFW area. And man, his company does an amazing job of generating reviews. And really, they've trained their whole team from the time they're answering the phone call, they're delivering this customer experience, but they're also planting the seed of a Google review. So, you know, sales rep goes out, does an inspection, gets to the kitchen table, maybe it's they're going to sign the contract. Now the sales rep says, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, if we provide a great experience for you, if we do a great job for you, would you be willing to leave us a review on Google? It really shows the public the quality of work that we do, and it really has an impact on our business. If we do a great job for you, would you be willing to leave us that review on Google? They always get a yes, right? Now, when their job site supervisor shows up on production day, or if the sales rep shows up on production day, that morning of, hey, we're here, we're taking care of everything, everything's going to be great. This is what we're doing today. This is the process. Oh, by the way, when you were talking to Casey, who sold, that your salesperson, you told Casey that if we do a great job for you today, you're willing to leave us a review on Google. You still willing to do that for us, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner? Yeah, of course. Great. All right, great. Then at the moment of peak happiness, you guys have to decide this on your own, but maybe you're doing final walkthrough, whatever you're doing there, having that final conversation. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, hey, we did a great job. We look, your rose bushes are still intact. There's no nails in the driveway to give you a flat tire. Did we do a great job for you today? Oh, yeah, Casey, yeah, that was a great job that you guys did. Great. Well, would you still be willing to leave us that review on Google? Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll do that for you. Oh, great. This is where the technology comes into place, right? Boom, boom, boom. Send review request, text message to the person's cell phone standing right in front of you. Can you do that for me now? And Don thinks I'm frozen again, but I wasn't. I was just being quiet because you need to ask, and this is how it happens, right? That's where the magic happens, is in that ask. And you need to train your salespeople. You need to be able to do that yourself, and then make a call after completion or walk through to review the process, right? Having a customer survey that maybe your office team does, and they're checking, hey, did this person leave a review yet? Oh, they haven't left a review. So that creates another opportunity. Hey, this is so-and-so from the office calling. We just want to make sure that we completed everything right, that you have all of your warranty information, that, all of this stuff. Hey, by the way, we haven't seen that review on Google yet that you promised us from the time we sat down at the kitchen table all the way through the process. How about I send you a link? Can you do that for us? Build reviews and recognitions into your company, leverage SMS and apps for maximum impact. So, you always have the tools. The tools are available to you, right? The Grade.us, the customer lobbies, bird eye podiums. People put in chat a few other things. A couple of other ones. What was it? 5-star review lead. All of our customers get Contractor Boost AI and the smart review system, right? In responding to every review, put a system in place that every review gets reviewed and tracked and measured. Task someone on your team with responding. So make sure that that's someone's job, right? That they are going to respond. Make sure that it's someone that will respond in a professional manner. Formulate a strategy for addressing and dealing with negative reviews. It's really challenging in online, having an argument online, right? People just really can't see the truth in that argument. So being professional and showing a professionalness that you a professionalness that person that's looking you up can see. Respond to every review, right? Like this person, hey, thank you, Becky. Thank you, Tracy. It was an amazing time working with you. You know, all of these things are really important. So here's some creative ways to ask for reviews, right? Make it personal. Be aware of the platforms that they use, right? If they came in through a Facebook ad, maybe you're saying, hey, leave us a review on Facebook. We'd love the Google review too, but maybe you can leave us a review on Facebook also. Like we talked about, ask at every stage of the process. Watch for moments of peak happiness with the customer. When they're like, man, this is really great. I'm really excited about how this is going. At those moments of peak happiness, insert that, and then create an employee reward system. So of everyone that's still on, like, do you have type rewards in the chat if you are giving your team some kind of reward for getting reviews? Hopefully someone is. Casey's giving rewards, RBS Piper giving rewards. What kind of rewards are you guys giving? Type that in the chat if you don't mind. These are some of the things that I've found other contractors doing in bigger companies. $100 at name drops. Yep, those are good. So some of the things that we found, right? Especially in bigger companies, lunch with the ownership, right? Lunch with the senior team. A lot of times as a sales rep, especially in bigger companies, get a little lost at times, but also people just appreciate your time as the owner. So taking someone out to lunch and make it something special, right? Don't take them to the local burger joint, or maybe that is special to them, right? Maybe find whatever's special to them or what they enjoy. But, lunch with the owners, time off. Hey, the person with their name mentioned in the most reviews this month gets, Friday off or something like that, right? The gift of time. This is an interesting one that I heard a contractor using, where instead of like giving the person like the day off, they'll gift them with time. They'll hire a service to clean their house. They'll hire a dog walking service. They'll do all these things where they're giving people their time back. They'll have someone go over and mow their lawn and do some stuff like that. Giving people the gift of time. So instead of them having to take that couple hours to do that on their Sunday, they could spend time watching the game instead of mowing the lawn or something, right? So you're giving them the gift of time. I've seen it in many companies where they do like we are the champions type things. So the person, the employee with the most reviews, that have generated the most reviews, gets a premier parking spot, or they get a wrestling belt, right? So they can that they get, and that changes hands, monthly or quarterly or however it does. RBS Piper said $500, the most reviewed person over a 30-day period, right? That's an amazing thing. I know another contractor out in Colorado that does a similar thing. They do a similar thing where they do $500 for the person for the most reviews quarterly, and then at their Christmas party, the most reviewed for the year gets a $2,500 bonus. I had another gentleman on my podcast out of California. They set a review goal for the company. It was a couple hundred reviews. They set a review goal for the company, and they have a small team. They took the whole team, I think it was like eight of them plus spouses, on a cruise for hitting that review goal. And, so they dropped some coin on that, but the impact, they understand the impact that has on their business long-term, right? So having that impact long-term is the most important thing. I mean, it will change the conversion rates of every single sales appointment you run. It will change the conversion rates of every single Facebook lead you generate, Google lead you generate, sign call. Everything that you do will be exponentially better in terms of conversions and your return on investment with the better reputation that you have online. Couple of little things that we have a little bit of time here. You know, I want to, what locations are you guys in? Casey, RBS Piper, those of you that have been participating here, what locations are you guys in? Maryland. What part of Maryland you guys in? Let me Southern Maryland. Roofing companies, Southern. You know, it's a big thing to you want to have what's in Southern Maryland. Let's look for a city here so I can just do who's Southern Maryland, like Calvert County. All right. So it helps a lot in a lot of things, right? So this is the map that people are looking at when they're researching this, right? So you could see here, you know, in your Google local services ads, that makes a big difference. So Delmarva Metal has 13 reviews, 5-star rating. Southern Maryland Roofing, 14 reviews, 5-star rating. Southern Wood Roofing and Siding has 235 reviews, 4.7-star rating, right? So, you know, some people, it's a psychological thing, right? Some people are going to just go straight for the reviews. Hey, 5 stars, I'm calling them. But others are going to go, well, they only have 14 reviews. Of course, they could get 5 stars. For, you know, I have more cousins than that. That'll give me 5-star reviews, right? So then in the map section is the other place that it really impacts your ratings, because there's 2 things that help you. First, you have to show up in the map section. Second, you have to have as good or a better reputation than the companies that you show up next to. So Simple Solutions, 97 reviews, 5-star rating. GH Clark, 137, 4.8-star rating. These guys are pretty close. This K&R needs to, if they could pick it up, I would give a recommendation if I was talking to K&R. Hey, you got to get up to 3 figures, right? You got to get up into that 100 review mark to compete. So those are some of the things that you want to make sure you're looking for, man. It will really, really make an impact on your business. So, of course, we do this for a living, right? We help roofing contractors generate more leads through their digital marketing efforts and increase their revenue. If you want to talk to us, feel free to call us directly. Roofermarketers.com/apply if you want to book an appointment with us. If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute or drop it in the chat, and I'd be happy to answer those for you. Oh, Simple Solutions right there. That's Casey. Nice. If no one has any questions, thanks for your time today. Look forward to speaking to you guys. You know, again, these are ongoing webinars that we're doing. We have a special guest coming in our October webinar. It's to be announced here in the next couple of weeks. But I have one of my great friends in the roofing industry that we're going to be doing a webinar with. And then, like we said, in November, that is the perfect customer journey, developing that customer experience. And then December is our kind of year-end mastermind planning webinar training, where we walk through really, you know, looking at your goals, where you are, where you want to get to, and the things that you can do to get to those goals, and make sure that those goals really come to fruition in 2023. So look forward to talking to everyone. Check out the Roofing Success podcast. If you haven't, type in Roofing Success in Facebook, join the Roofing Success Facebook group. Everyone have a great day.